Good afternoon. So I'm gonna make a video of this, mostly for my own sort of recollection one day down the line. But I've got this 13-inch biface out of Daysite, and I have been wanting to do this for a long time. I'm going to turn this into a wealth blade. So I'm going to keep the length as much as I can. I do have to kind of round the ends off just ever so slightly. This is not going to be a very talky video. This is going to be mostly a silent video because I'm going to have to concentrate. Because I am not very familiar with working big stuff. This is not all that big, but to me it is, because I've barely ever worked anything over 11 inches. So this is going to be a slow one, but yeah. And I'm gonna probably end up punching most of this instead of direct percussion, because I feel more comfortable with that, and hopefully I can keep this thing together and make something nice. So without, like they say, without further ado, oh man, well, some of you, because I don't know where is it? Where is it now? Oh man. Oh. What? I was trying to find my grinding stone. This one will work because it's got sharp edge. And I'm going to use the wood punch today as well. So this is pointing a lot more up than in, so that I can bring my edge up more. So if this was a little bit lower and it was pointing more like down, then I'd have to drop my edge down. But now that it's pointing up, I can lift my edge up. So like this, you'll have the vibrations more. Like this, it'll be a little bit stronger. So that's the reason for that. And the tip is a lot rounder as well, so that I can get that good angle going. So way up here, I don't really want to go any narrower than this up here. So, and this is a good thickness, so that I can just pressure flake it into that last bit. So I do not want to go any narrower than this. So I'm going to have to bring all of this in and get rid of the thickness that I want to get rid of without losing too much. To be honest, this probably would be better to buffalo punch this, but the wood is just a teeny tiny bit less shocky, simply for the reason that I can have thinner edges with the wood and still get away with what I need. These things weren't super thin, which is a good thing for me. So, man, I wish I knew where my other abrader was. Let me just have a quick rummage through here. I gotta sort out my knapping bag. Yay! Yay! All right. Look at that. Beautiful. All right. Let's turn. Where's that real soft one that I had? There it is. Soft, soft. I do have hammerstones that I use on the basalt and obsidians, but this one is perfectly fine. The other ones that I have are a lot softer. This one works fine. All right. I'm going to isolate that one real good. And then I'm going to put some leather support underneath it. Where are you guys? Look at that classic wood flake. Keep that one for show. Alright, I can probably get one through there, but we'll wait to bring that in a little bit first. I'm gonna put a little one through here. I'm just going to use finger support right under this, on this little yucky bit. I don't want a big one, I just want it just to clean up that, see? Eventually I'm going to have to get this edge turned more this side so I can clean this off. This face is not too bad, I can easily pressure that face. I'm mostly working on this side at the moment. I'm a little bit thin here compared to this, so I'm definitely gonna have to turn this edge and this one and start driving some flakes over. So we'll do that. This was originally going to be a big, wide, thin biface, but I messed up a few flakes way early on. Some of these, they didn't follow through. They kind of went in and then came back up. So I've got a really high pronounced ridge line going through this. So to get it any thinner, I'd have to narrow it way down in any way. So I thought, you know what, instead of trying to drive flakes through that and potentially break this thing, it might just be worth my while to turn it into something else. So I kind of left it lying for a little bit. And then the other day I got the inspiration to make a wealth blade, and I was like, oh, I remember that other one that I had. I can turn that into a wealth blade. I don't know if you guys can hear that pitch change. That means that what I'm doing, it's not very happy with. So it gives you that sort of hollow sound of tung, tung, tung. That's when the piece is telling you to think about it, reassess, and quit it. I know you guys are thinking that I'm just grinding it there, but actually I wasn't. What I was actually doing is just turning the edge, and even though it sounds graunchy and like I'm grinding it, it's pushing flakes off instead. Okay, I've got this thing up against my arm in the back here. Where am I? Yeah, up against my arm back here. I've got it as supported as I can. Kind of just holding this gently there. I'm not putting any pressure on it. I'm not putting any bending pressures on it. I'm just trying my utmost best. Just to support it as best and as gently as I can. This is where I start getting trouble, so it's trying to drive flakes this way, because then I've got all that hanging off the end there. And you guys are a little bit in the way as well over here. So here's what I'm gonna do. I need to go get my pillow for this. Okay, that's a good one. Cleaned off that nicely there. My neighbor is listening to Tool Sober. Hopefully you guys can't hear that, because otherwise YouTube is gonna have a fit. Cool. Okay. See there? Probably would be a good idea just to isolate that a little bit better. All right. don't want to put too much back pressure on this because I don't want the flakes taking off the opposite edge. Whoa! Thank God. Whew. So what happened there is I actually slipped. As it punched, it slipped and it rolled, and due to that, the flake came back out and didn't run all the way over. Whew! Tell you what, there's not many things in life that'll make you pucker like that. Ooh. I'm gonna leave it a little bit wider because I want to really badly run some really nice oblique pattern on it, oblique flakes on it, an oblique pattern on it. So I'm gonna leave it a little bit wider than what I need so that I can do that. So I'm gonna do a few sets probably. Nice. Those are nice. It's exactly what I wanted and needed. should really go and get my pillow for this. That was nice. Beautiful. I'm kind of, but not really, starting to set up the edges as well for pressure flaking. Might as well kill two birds with one stone, sorry vegans. Actually, I guess if I was vegan, it wouldn't be kill two birds with one stone. It would be harvest two lentils with one sickle. hope I don't get in trouble for that. Ooh, that's bouncy. You can just hear it. That is not the sound that you want. That's when you... switch over a little bit. Okay. All right, we'll just leave that one. I felt that one in my hand. Lucky I had that supported well. Whew. Tell you what. I'm only going to take a couple more punch flakes. Oh. Just to get rid of some of this edge thickness. Alright, I think that's about good, because I think I'm getting pretty close on being too thin almost now. And I've got the width that I want. Ow! That's why I dislike obsidian. Alright, I think I've got the width that I want. I got... oh, excuse me. Am I still recording? Yep. Alright, I think I'm good. I'm gonna start cleaning up this edges and then we'll take it from there. Show you how I'm gonna do the rest of this. I'm probably 2 3/4 inches there, and yeah, probably not much less there. I know it looks terribly thick, but these things were pretty thick. Trust me, I had one in my hand yesterday. There's two that I saw yesterday. The one is almost, I would say, quote unquote classic wealth blade, because they add that waste to it, and the other one is just straight blade, straight edge. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna shoot for yet, because I like both styles. But I think for the most part, most of these things had some kind of a waste. Oh, hang on. Why am I doing it with that if I have a better tool to do it with? Oh man, I'm not gonna know where the other one is. Ah. So I'm such a knucklehead sometimes. I unpacked my entire bag the other day to find one of my vertical punches, and then when I packed it all back, I didn't pack it back in the way that I had it, so now I can't find anything in it. Depending on how this goes today, I'm not even going to be able to finish this video today. I'm going to have to make a two-parter, no doubt. I'm not going to wood pressure flake this thing today. I might, towards the end, push a couple of wood flakes, but I think this is going to be a mostly buffalo pressure. To be honest, the real ones look to be buffalo in any way. Actually, one of them had a couple of sheep horn signatures on that. Just a cup. Almost like they had the buffalo flaker in their hands, and then one flake was a little bit more stubborn, so they grabbed the old sheep horn out, pushed a monster flake with that, and then continued with the buffalo. And I'll have people, certain people that I know, will watch this video and be like, oh, how do you know that was a sheep horn? Could be opportunistic. There's ways to tell. Sheep horn and buffalo is very, very, very similar. But if you know what to look for, it's there, and it's plain as the nose on your face. Alright, that's where we are now. So now I've got high spots, and we'll push some flakes off those. Okay, I'm gonna need this thing, and we're gonna need this today for two reasons. This is a little bit more grippy than that, And I need just a little bit of cushion happening there. Now let's see what my tool looks like. Where am I? Way over there. Not too bad. I don't know how much of any of what I did before was in frame. So there we go. Now comes the long, tedious work of pressure flaking. That's alright, I love pressure flaking. I was actually quite surprised when I saw these, how thick they were. Try not to push too hard, just to get them down to like center line. Where am I? Alright. Kind of removing a little bit too much of my edge there as well. So I need to be mindful of that. But I kind of needed to get my edge over so I can get this flake. So because I've got that little step. Where am I? There I am. This little step in there, so I had to move the edge so I can get in here and get past that, and hopefully that flake is gonna curl around and clear that off. Yes. Okay. That's good. Wonder how the antler would fare on this. I've got enough material to play around with here. Oh. Come on. Nope. Try one more. Go a little bit more in. Am I? Yep. That one went far. It's a big flake. Well, that's okay. It's good. Maybe I should try and keep one of these whole, show you guys what these look like. Nah. Man, it's getting toasty out here. Sure. Whew. That one wanted to go. Whoops. Whew. That. Nice. Ow! Just cut my arm. Alright. I don't know how much of this stuff you guys are actually gonna watch or want to watch. Maybe I'll just stop it here and then do a part 2 at some point in time, and because this is going to be a long process of me just sitting here doing this. So I think I'll just stop the video now, and then I'll make a part 2 because I don't know how to put stuff in the same video. I think we'll do that. Alright, well, so much for part 1. We'll go to part 2 soon.